Hey, what's up? This is Laidback Luke, DJ and producer, Kung Fu athlete, and dedicated dad. To make a top 10 of 2017 was super hard. If you didn't already see that yet, I have my personal year mix up right now, which consists of 76 tracks, but it started with a selection of even 160 tracks. So it was very tough for me to make an ultimate selection, but I did it, and I'll show you in this vlog. But first, a shout out to the comments of last week. Thank you, Martijn van Vliet, for your question about how to deal with a writer's block. And good news, I made a vlog about that, so check the link below as well, or just search on YouTube, Laidback Luke, how to tackle writer's block. Shout out to Giovanni Silva as well. Thank you so much for the compliment, I really appreciate it, and it's so good to hear. Before I start this vlog, I want you to put it in the comments already. Give me your #1 track of the year, or give me your top 10, and we'll dive straight into mine. Just arrived here in Manila, the Philippines. It was a long travel. I'm very excited to share my top 10 of the year with you. Thank you. Traveling inconspicuously here in the Philippines. This is the most pink car I've ever seen. That's part of the motherland. Actually, next door, there's a Jollibee as well. The motherland it is. Can you believe I was only born like a couple of blocks away from here? It's gonna get that personal in this vlog, because it's gonna be a different top 10 than previous years. A lot happened this year with the divorce, with me falling in love again, and this all had an influence on my musical taste this year. And yes, we all know the Chainsmokers had a big year, we all know DJ Snake had a lot of hits, Ed Sheeran and everything, but this top 10 will be very different. I cannot wait to get this started, but first, although it's 4 p.m. here, it's 2 a.m. in America right now. I'll be doing my night sleep and I'll wake up just before the show and start my top 10 countdown with you. And here it is, my wake up face, still in my pajama pants, but I just got ready for the club. Finally, I get to do my top 10 for you. Number 10, Be Humble, Kendrick Lamar.
Be humble, sit down, be humble, sit down.
And one thing I've always lived by is to stay humble, so wherever I was playing and I thought people would need it, I would always play this one. Number 9, You Need Me to Get That Ish Together.
Need someone to hold me.
Drake and his collaboration with Black Coffee really meant a lot to me this year. After the divorce, I moved back to my apartment in Miami, and I just remember cruising around Miami, listening to this in my car, falling all over in love again, and this track really reminds me of that time. So I already told you this top 10 is gonna be very personal. This is what I do in the true story. Number 8 though is a bit more of a dance floor filler. Don Diablo and Switch. Obviously Don had another big year. I'm so happy to... I actually looked up the release date of this track and it's probably December 2016. And I just remember playing it all throughout the year. Hearing a lot of DJs play it throughout the year. This is one of those tracks, and I'll have more here in my top 10, where as a DJ you just tend to pick out those tracks. Whenever you play, you just grab it, you play it, it works. And that's what I'm looking for most of the time as a DJ. Very excited to continue this top 10 right here, but the club looks amazing. I'm going in right now, and I will come back to you in the morning. was a good party though. Amazing club. So apparently the investor of this club is the same investor as Win Vegas, and it looked incredible. But in 1.5 hours, I'm getting picked up to travel out to Beijing. I will keep you updated on that top 10 though. Had a bit of a scare just now. So I just was looking on my Dutch news app, and it seems there are many overstromen.
Floods.
There are many floods out in the Philippines right now. It seems quite dry here, so I texted Justin immediately. Let's see at the airport if we don't have a delay. Luckily, everything is looking okay at the airport. No real clouds, and most of all the weather is in the south, so we're on time, and I'm ready to go and travel out to China today. Number 7, it's another typical DJ type of track. It was Bingo Players coming back with a track that every DJ played out this year. Melodically not super special, but it's all about that dancey vibe. Number 6, a very personal one for me. It's Hervé Page and In Those Jeans. This had to do with me falling in love this year as well, and whenever I listen to this track, it reminds me of my girlfriend. Number 5, one of my own, my collaboration with Mark Villa called Rise, which we put out as the lead single of the Mix Mash Family album. So happy it came out, so happy with the vibe, and I do think this type of track will stand the test of time. Speaking of time, it's time for us to fly out to Beijing right now. I can't lie, this day felt like ages. 4.5 hours in the airplane. We landed with an hour delay. Now we're at the hotel. It was a 50-minute drive. Right now it's midnight out in the USA. So although I really want to continue this top 10 countdown, I'm just gonna have a sleep now and probably get back to you when my hair is better. Much better as we dive into Beijing at night right here with my morning face, but I had an absolute 7-hour sleep, which is total luxury. So I said we'll be diving in the top 5 of my top 10 right here. Actually, it's the top 4. Number 4 is EDX and Bloom. I felt this track should have been way bigger than it was, and it was actually like my Dioro 5 hours of 2017. This vibe, this production, the way it's programmed, the way the beats are, the way the melody is, it really got to me this year. Number 3 in this top 10, a track I am super proud of. One of my own, a track that I made with Made in June featuring Bright Lights. Shout out to Steve Aoki for putting this out for me, and I've heard it throughout the year in like various supermarkets, gyms. Such a catchy track thanks to the vocals of Bright Lights. I couldn't be happier with a release like this. As we are entering the number 2 in this top 10 countdown for 2017, number 2, pure festival banger right here. Dimitri Vegas combining with W and W, making crowd control. Oh, I guess it's this one. Honestly though, such a simple theme, such a festival monster. I've played it everywhere and it works every single time. And for my number 1 on this countdown, you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait for after my show, as I'll be headed into Beijing right now, quickly wrapping it up before Christmas begins. My number 1 is going to be a very special one, something you won't be able to guess If you want to guess, leave it in the comments right now, but it's a very powerful number one. I cannot wait to share it with you. But first, Beijing, let's go. Beijing. I just finished playing. It was amazing. These two guys kept me safe tonight. Such a big city with like all types of races of people. Everyone was having fun. It's really freezing out. I want to get warm. I'm gonna tell you my number one, which is typically a warm track. Let's do that. It's not Mi Gente. Of course we know Mi Gente, and I love the song. J Balvin killed it this year, and I played it a lot as well. But my number one is something that's quite out of the ordinary, but I think a super big hit. Phantogram, A Cruel World.
So I'm saying my goodbyes. Goodbye to my good side. It only ever got me hurt, and I finally learned it's a cruel, cruel world.
Can you just imagine if Adele had sung this song? Can you imagine if Sony released this song this year? This would have been the biggest song of the year. Unfortunately, this is a very underground track, but it hit me. 2017 was a crazy year, but like I said, this has been super personal for me, and I'm so happy you're tuned in for that. Make sure to leave your number one in the comments, give me a like, and Kung Fu Kick, Kung Fu Hit that subscribe button right now, because next week I have some valuable information for you. So you signed your first track, or you're a producer and that can make international amazing sounding track. What's next and how to really break through? I'll give you exact pointers in my next vlog. Until then, L's up, rave safely, and salute.